Well, good morning. German Bundesliga was what we were mainly focusing on yesterday. Last day of the season meant a lot of dead rubbers. Dead rubber, dead rubber. Not so for Köln. Not so for the Hoff. They were battling with Frankfurt for that Europa League spot. This was the match we focused on. This one and the Mainz match. And can you tell me why we would have focused on these two matches? Union Berlin against Freiburg. Well, let's take a look. Union Berlin were here. Freiburg were here, vying for that Europa Conference League place if Hoffenheim cocks things up. So that is an obvious lay the draw, isn't it? And that's what we want at the last day of the season. We want two sides drawing at half-time or as late as possible in the match, which we got twice. We laid the draw beginning of the second half, and we got that Hollerback goal, 68th minute. We laid the draw late on because, thankfully, Volland's missed penalty didn't cost Union Berlin survival. He would have been hung, drawn and quartered. Haberer came to the rescue with a 2-1 win. So we got involved twice there. We also got involved in the Mainz and Wolfsburg match because Mainz had need as well. Look at that now. Take 3 points away from that and you'll see the spot of bother Mainz were in. Must win for them. Got the win. So job done. That's what we're looking at. That's what we'll be doing today as well with the end of season leagues. In Italian Serie A, it was a dominant display from Atalanta, but a good first half display from Lecce. Kept it at 0-0. Could have laid the draw second half. This was one of those derby-style matches. It's you could tell by AC Milan's performance and indeed the pre-match market that the market makers were thinking Milan are starting to wind down a little bit now. Very little for them to get excited about now. They were already guaranteed Champions League football. Not so for Torino. Win today has kept them within a hair's breadth of Fiorentina. So that was a must win really for Torino. And on paper, all day you'd be with AC Milan. But teams that don't need to win don't really tend to win. Elsewhere, there's not much else really to grab our attention. There is a smattering of interesting matches. Dinamo Zagreb coming from behind to get a win. And in Israel, this is the one I focused on. 1.36 favourite, a goal down. To a penalty, something that member Stephen Francis would point out. Red card arrives as well. Ample time to take on that Sakhanin lead. So a couple of profits there for me a bit later on, but in a very unspectacular Saturday, missing our big 3 o'clock kickoffs. On to today, and there's a couple of leagues finishing their season today. Let's have a look through them. Let's get Sunday up here. Premier League, as you know, of course, we ignore dead rubbers. Arsenal must win. Manchester City must win. We've got a European squabble as well between, I think, Manchester United, Chelsea and Newcastle. The goal difference is with Newcastle here. If they can get the win and if Chelsea lose, Newcastle will be in the Europa Conference League spot. Chelsea themselves could get Tottenham Hotspur's Europa League spot. Aston Villa can't be touched. So, for me, we can go as far down as Manchester United, but arguably they're done for. They've only got the FA Cup really to think about. It's a huge goal difference to get by. And I think Chelsea, looking far too accomplished for 4 consecutive wins to really be pushed from their berth. So arguably Chelsea, Newcastle, Manchester United less so. So let's have a look at Chelsea. Newcastle are away. Chelsea are at home to Bournemouth. No wonder they're odds on favourite today. They would be expecting. This is Jurgen Klopp's last home match before retirement. So that will be a match of interest. All of the others are dead rubbers, unless Luton can win 12-0 today. And Nottingham Forest lose. Then Luton will remain in the Premier League. But you can see there's probably no arrow next to their name yet, because the goal difference, 12-0 they need, 12-0 win. You might want to back over 2.5 goals. You never know. Highly unlikely, though. French Ligue 1. I think it's the last day of the season in French Ligue 1. Yep. Lille and Brest fight it out for the last remaining Champions League spot. Both teams must win, so those are two matches to focus on immediately. Lyon and Brest. Brest are here. Lyon are here. Lille and Brest, sorry. Let's get that right. We're only focusing on matches of importance this end of the season. Marseille, Lyon and Lens for Europa Conference League place. Marseille, Lyon and Lens. And I think relegation is already sorted, is it not? Let's have a look. Negative goal differences suggest that even if Lorient win, they may end up equal on points with third bottom. Similarly, Metz could win and end up on the same points as fourth bottom, but have a negative goal difference. So for me, it's the relegation zone is done. It's the goal difference that has killed off the chances of the sides. 29 to 32. Yes, they could catch Le Havre, but Le Havre have to get a hell of a spanking. I think they're at home to Marseille, and they get that gap. So I don't think it's possible. Lorient as well. They're 7 goal negative difference to Metz. This is what they're aiming for, relegation playoff place. But as you can see, the goal difference, I suspect, suggests to us that the season is over for Metz and Lorient, even though that arrow is not there just yet. So those are the matches of interest there. Italian Serie A continues along its merry way. Sassuolo Cagliari. We can have a look at who needs what and when. It's notable with Udinese. Got the new manager. And look at that. Already out of the relegation zone under Fabio Cannavaro. 2 draws and a win. Could they pull off the great escape? So matches of importance, well, all done and dusted for the top 4. Atalanta and Roma. So arguably, a couple of matches left. Roma can catch Atalanta. Although again, Atalanta have that positive goal difference. Getting that win against Lecce today, or yesterday. Elsewhere, Torino and Fiorentina fighting it out for the Europa Conference League place. Fiorentina, if they keep winning, they did get a draw though against Napoli 2-2. Could arguably have a tilt at the Europa League. Napoli in with a shout as well, but that 2-2 as well just takes the gloss off things. At the bottom, Sassuolo get a win today. They're on 32 points. Important if Frosinone don't win and Cagliari don't win, Udinese don't win. So it's vital at the bottom. Plenty to play for today. Dead rubber, of course, for Inter Milan, but not so for Udinese at all. Plenty to play for. Sassuolo, Cagliari as well. Monza and Frosinone. It's the last day of the season in the Dutch Eredivisie. And again, focus purely on need. 20 and AZ Alkmaar fight it out for the first Champions League, or the last Champions League qualifier place. So that's Twente and AZ Alkmaar. So those are important. Excelsior, Heracles and Valvik. Excelsior, Heracles and Valvik. Where's Heracles? There. What a pity that Valvik and Excelsior are away to Feyenoord and PSV. They don't need to win, these two. They don't need to win. But these are not the sides you want to be playing for your relegation survival. The importance of goal difference now for Valvik will be vital. And indeed for Excelsior, having really gone to town with that 4-0 win, tightening the goal difference with Valvik, who are just outside the places with the 3 goal difference. So if these two get tonked by 2 teams who don't need to win, but it is their final day of the season, it's Arne Slot's final day for Feyenoord as well. So do expect them not to capitulate today. But those are the matches of importance there. Spanish La Liga, full complement of matches here as well. I don't think it's the end of the season. We always have to check it up when it's they're all being played at the same time. So let's just check this. Just pick one of these at random. 36, 2 matches left. So it's a 38 match league. So we have to remember that. 38 match league. All of the arrows telling you these sides have all done their job. So Real Betis and Real Sociedad will be fighting it out for the Europa League spot and Europa Conference League. Villarreal, 2 matches remain, can still catch Real Betis. So for me, Villarreal, Betis, Sociedad, plenty to play for. Villarreal, Betis and Sociedad. Well, that's going to be interesting then, isn't it? Villarreal playing Real Madrid. That's why Real Madrid are a bit lukewarm today. And at the bottom, you see Mallorca odds on favourites against Almeria. They must start picking up the wins. And they're just outside the relegation zone with 4 points and 2 and 6 potential points for Cadiz to get as well. So a win for Mallorca today, and that will be job done. They're at home to Almeria, so it's an excellent opportunity for Mallorca to get a result. Cadiz must win in case Mallorca don't. I've been impressed with Atletico Madrid's recent run as well to try to cement that Champions League spot, which they've done with those couple of wins. Rodrigo de Paul, brilliant goal against Celta Vigo, and Antoine Griezmann, I think, hat-trick against Getafe. That's done it for them, and it did help Atletico Bilbao drawing and losing those 2 matches to ensure that they couldn't catch Atletico Madrid. So it's going to be nice and restful now for Atleti. They've done the business. Barcelona likely to keep winning. They've been excellent this season as well. But dead rubbers, you get what you pay for dead rubbers. So don't be surprised if you get an upset or 2 if you get involved. In the Bundesliga Championship group, still 3 matches of interest, all odds on favourites. Osijek and Hajduk Split, although is the season ending? I don't think Hajduk Split can... Oh, it's... Dinamo Zagreb can't be caught. Hajduk Split can't be caught for the Europa Conference League place either. So do watch out for potential dead rubbers. Rijeka cocked it up with 3 consecutive defeats. Lokomotiv Zagreb, arguable that they still have something to play for that Europa Conference League place. And there's only 1 relegation place, and that's taken by Rudez, quite obviously. So plenty to play for Osijek there. League 2 playoffs, well, if they're anything like the English Championship second legs, one side is going to suddenly start scoring plenty. But this is the actual final now. So Crawley against Crewe, incredibly difficult to unpack given what's needed or what's on offer. Crewe getting that 0-3 win after being 0-2 down to Doncaster. Superb stuff. And indeed the same story for Crawley. Although no, Crawley dominated that particular fixture and they've got their 8 goals in 2 matches. Slight favourites for me, but it's a very, very tough competition, isn't it? Or match to trade or indeed try to unpack pre-match. We've got newly promoted, I think, Guinistan and Ekanas. This should be an easy afternoon for KUPS. Something I would be looking out for at 2 o'clock. I'm not sure I'll be doing a live stream today. But having said that, we've got the 1:30s in the Netherlands. And then we've got the German Bundesliga. Is it the last day of the season in the Bundesliga? Zwei. If so, I'll certainly be interested. But the problem is, I don't want to tempt you in with dead rubbers. Although the other day, had you got involved with my dead rubbers, you'd have made a lot of money. It's the last day of the season indeed in German Germany Bundesliga 2. Have I mentioned that? I will put it here as well. Last day of the season, German Bundesliga 2. What I'm looking at from these last day of the seasons is exactly what we did with the Bundesliga. Is to dig out one or two matches where there is absolute need for the win. So let's have a look. St. Pauli, all the top 3 are done. Can't be caught. It's such a tough league. There's no playoff places, so we're really bereft of a lot of matches. Normally we'd have 4th, 5th and 6th. We'd have all the way down to 7th, 8th and 9th playing off the remaining playoff places, but there are none. And at the bottom, it looks to be done and dusted as well. Wien Wiesbaden can't catch Kaiserslautern. Hansa Rostock can catch Wien Wiesbaden. So that would be the only match I'll be looking at. Wien Wiesbaden and Hansa Rostock, because this is a relegation playoff place. Those would be the only 2 focuses, Wien Wiesbaden and Hansa Rostock. Tough match against St. Pauli, but St. Pauli are already up, so they won't be too worried about the final result. They don't need to win. They're in the Bundesliga. Greek Super League, another tough encounter for Olympiacos since they got into the Europa Conference League final. They played some big guns like PAOK, and they played AEK Athens as well. A couple of local derbies. Another one as well, Panathinaikos today. So they're going to have to be looking after their players because they've got that Conference League final in AEK Athens ground coming up against Fiorentina. Those are the main matches today. I will have a think and a confirmation about whether to do a live stream. Can cope on Telegram, but we will see whether I do a live stream or not. I haven't actually slept yet. As you can see, it's 00:43 in the morning in the UK. That's 6:43 a.m. in Thailand. I haven't had any sleep at all yet. It's just one of those things. So I'll get the video done, and I've got plenty of time to have a think about whether to do a live stream or not. Think about the tennis, because there's bound to be a new tournament underway as we ending Rome. So they're moving off to France and other European countries for their clay court tennis. So do watch out for these. Anything to report yesterday? Well, it's the qualifiers yesterday. I don't really play qualifiers. Although when you've got big names like David Goffin, very familiar names, and you've got locals like this guy here, might give it a good run for his money, as he did, winning the second set. So watch out for the locals. There's the old Wenger boys, but he didn't manage to win the second set. And watch out when Americans meet each other, or fellow countrymen meet each other. Normally going to see a 3-setter because they know each other very well, as you can tell by these first two sets, tiebreakers. So have a good day today. I'll confirm on footballtrainingprofits.com whether I'll do a live stream later on. We can cope without one because we're not going to be playing every single Premier League match. We're only going to be focusing on the one or two. And I don't want you to get too distracted and start narrowing your focus on matches with teams with nothing to play for. So that will be a main focus. I'll let you know, as I say, at footballtradingprofits.com a bit later in the day. Have a great day.